Ndade.
Yes, Delta Billy. Thank you very much.
Good evening, Ndade, and all the shareholders. Let me just apologize for the delay. We had a problem here, which I don't know how it slipped through my fingers that the subscription of Zoom has expired. Actually, it's supposed to be auto renewed, and then I'm wondering why it did not automatically renew. But then now we are back online. Also on YouTube, we are live. We have Ndadedi Polo, who will be hosting our meeting just like he did with the last week meeting. So I'm handing over to you and Ndadedi Polo to take us through the presentation today. Thank you very much, Ndade. Let's not waste any more time. People have been waiting, and then we should make sure that we go on. Thank you, Ndade.
Meme.
And then we should make sure that.
Okay, thank you very much, Delta Billy. Maybe if you can mute all of the rest so that we can have a good presentation. I can hear a lot of sounds in there. Are we good to go? Kindly
trying to mute them, but now it's like we have a problem here. I'm not sure what is happening, but I'll try to mute them. That I tried to mute them all, but now it's not allowing. I'm not sure what is happening now.
Because they're going to interrupt us with
Okay, now I have muted everybody. They will not be able to unmute themselves. You can go ahead and that. There will be no disturbance.
Okay, thank you very much, Delta Billy. Thank you all the co-owners for your patience. There's a little bit of a problem in terms of updating our channel, and so, but everything is fine. We are back, and we'd like to really get this started. And so it's very, very exciting for every one of you who has been waiting to really understand. So I made a small just an announcement in the group, just to share with you quickly. It will be very interesting today as you really get to know the importance of our presentation today, which will look into quite a slight adjustment to get started with the payouts, and at the same time, as we get to, you very well know that the trading competition started. We're doing very well. We've got a lot of introduction that is happening, and a lot of our people are beginning to learn that crypto industry is quite diverse, quite complex for so many of the people. And so many of them, when they see our price going up and down, they get very emotional, and I've seen quite a lot of comments. I don't really comment in the groups. I only take time and do have this, communication with you over the weekend. But you know very well that I do know how best to make sure as a leader that I can be able to lead you with our, to really make sure that we get the best going forward. So today you will be able to learn, in addition to your voting button, we have a different approach, which is going to really appreciate. So what's going to happen is, we know very well that our, the Weownomy goes up and down, and you guys voted for your payouts actually to happen with the $1, $2, 5 and 18, but again, with different activities that will be happening in the crypto markets, both globally with the policies that affect the United States or with the global activities that affect the whole world. And again, also with our own internal activities like the trading competition, the airdrops that are coming up next week. There's going to be quite a lot of movement up and down with our win. So what is the purpose of the trading competition? Definitely it's to increase a lot of traders who are coming in, and also to make sure that we have a great impact on our price. And so it means you guys are going to see quite a lot of people who also are totally different from you. They're just not co-owners, they're just new, very different traders who are coming through. So what is going to happen is we're very creative, you know, as a technology company, a disruptive company. We appreciate knowing that we have a lot of you guys who participated, and especially 56,000 members who staked their $10. And so they wanted to know when are the payouts. And I can see that issue has been dragging a lot in the groups, and people have been talking about that for quite some time. But again, it's very important that we are able to balance all of you guys so that we can really have something very interesting. So today, we'll be able to discuss that in detail so that you can be very happy, because that's what most of you guys really are interested to see. How do we handle this? And if the price keeps going up and down, how do we maintain? So the reason we are including our subject today is about the volatility payout adjustment, which we're starting on the 25th of February. It will be a Friday. And we're starting with the first 28,000 members. So why Friday? It's just going to allow us time from Monday up to Thursday to really make sure that the team can really get the messages on your digital dashboards. And then on Friday, we can get. So you'll learn a little bit more how we're going to handle this process today. And so it's going to be very interesting for you guys as we go out. And so it's very important you understand how we're going to do this, how effective, why it's important, so that you can want to do it in a balanced approach. You can be able to benefit as the price goes down, and as the price goes up, we can be able to really make you guys really benefit with us. So it's very, very important that we have this plan going forward. So this is how it's going to happen. So this is going to be, we're introducing the best Weownomy volatile payout formula. So it's simple. Number one, the formula allows a payout which we can match with the first lower volatile price at 50 cents and fully completed with the voted market price, $1, $2, $5, and $18. What this means, you will be able to get your Weownomy volatile payout until it hits the voted market price. So what we want to do is to try and balance and make sure that you guys can benefit not only exactly, because what happens, even though when the price hits $1, sometimes it will keep coming down. So does that mean we're not paying you because it's at $1? So we're giving you a range. If it hits $1, it means we can start the payouts with 50 cents, and then we go gradually up to $1. But now the mark is that at 50 cents, even though it goes at $80, $70 or $90 in between there, we only pay you twice. So if you have like 100 Weowns, let me say, for example, 100 Weowns, each one we price it at $1, which is $100. So we will pay you at the first half price of 50 cents. So that means if you get it at 50 cents, then we're gonna get two payouts. So the first payouts will allow you to take the amounts starting at 50 cents. And then as the amount hits $1, we pay you the remaining amount. So that means if you're supposed to get $100, you'll be able to first get the $50, and then you have to wait until the amount hits $1 so that we add you another remaining amount. I think that becomes much fair. so that people don't think that we don't want to pay you because we are manipulating the price or we don't want to pay you. It's much clearer that you at least will have something. But again, with that amount that we're paying you, you still have to do that obligation. You still have to do a little purchase that is required in the market, just like the way we've been explaining in the previous Zoom meetings, okay? So you have to participate. So once the price hits the $1, that's fine. Then you get your additional amount that is remaining. I think that becomes fair. And then guys are very proactive. Don't remain there being gloomy, thinking that we don't want to pay you. We actually are here to make sure that this is going to be successful for you. And so we want to make sure that we don't delay you because of the volatility that happens in all of the crypto markets. It's not only the Williams, but again, because of the trading competition, which allows people to also take a portion of the profits, we also allow them. So as they come in many, so initially the price goes down because as many people are getting interested with this new coin that they don't understand, but again, they get used to it, you're going to see the spike of the price, starting by next week. So there'll be airdrops that are coming in. We have an African influencer who's going to be able to deal with that very successfully, and we're going to be seeing a lot of people coming in. So that's very, very, very powerful. So it's interesting to see that we have a strategy that allows you to benefit even when the price goes down, and again at the same time, even when we hit the voted market price. So that's very going to be. So it's a flexible payout plan that allows you to get a small amount that you required in your wallet while also building the Weownomy value growth at the determined voted market price of $1, $2, $5, and $18. Okay. So waiting with the volatility could mean missing out on getting your share, which is set at $1. So we don't want you to miss out because you have to wait until you get to $1, $2, $5, and $10. So the board has decided to make it easier to start with the volatility price. That means we go down and make it easier for you to start at 50 cents. And then as the price goes up with your involvement, why do we need to make sure that we involve 56,000 people? It will also try and push the price going up and also bringing in a lot of people, because all of you guys think that we're making you guys to sit on the sidelines. No, this is your dream project. And so we want you at least to feel that participation. So as everything happens, the trading competition and everything goes ahead, I think your participation will also be very interesting so that you also have that goal to really get to participate. And so that's very, very important for you to really benefit. So in the interim, we have introduced a very important strategy, which is called a volatility interim price. So this is a game changer. So it means you don't specifically wait for the voted price, okay? You also benefit with the volatility interim price, which allows you to get a partial payout. So that partial payout starts in the new week. We'll start to see the payouts to the first 28,000 members who staked to receive the adjusted payout amount. So you actually don't lose out, but at least you start out with something, which is very important. And then as the price goes up, you'll be able to achieve the remaining amount that is required. So we want to give our members all the tools they need for success. So this is why we have made a change that will allow us to offer up to 240,000 members to Weownomy each week. So 240,000 members, it means you all have to participate in purchasing and providing the staking fee, okay? And so that's very, very important, and making sure that we go ahead. So when you see the prices going up and down, just know there are lots of traders coming on board because of the trading competition. And next week, there'll also be a huge airdrop, which is going to be part of that. And so they're interested definitely to come in and do the sales and stuff like that. So it doesn't mean that necessarily that the Weownomy is collapsing. It's just getting a lot of new people who are coming in. They are selling, and they're buying, and that's also going to be something very interesting. And as we get increased traders coming on board, remember the token exchange is handling all this, trading competition. They're also marketing us out very strongly. So Weowns is really getting a lot of, airplay out there. So that's very, very important that we really make sure that things work out for you. So at least let us get started, and you guys have your Weowns, 28,000 members, and we're going to show you how we get that really worked out. So the members who stake the $10 will now be paid at the voted market price, and initially they'll follow an interim volatility. So why do we call it an interim volatility price? It allows us to actually enable people to get started, and they don't miss out exactly on the target voted market price, which is $1 to $5.18. So they are able to really make sure that everything really works out for them very successful. Okay, so that is something that will really make it very powerful. So you guys now should be very disciplined, knowing that the leadership thinks for you, and we want you guys to actually achieve the best. So we have an important Weowns volatility payout adjustment, which provides you a breather to get through this whole process as we wait you to hit the market voted plans of $1, which will assist you. So that's very, very important. So you don't lose out, and it allows us to really build that momentum, and everyone benefits as the trading competition goes on, the staking community of 56,000 goes on. Please don't forget to continue staking your Weowns, the group stakings that have been happening, the individual staking that have also been happening. So it's something which is very important. So let us start small, let us have something, and definitely Weowns is a very wonderful coin, and we really get to get through all this very successful. Okay, so now this is what happens. I will just go ahead and just try and reflect with our previous presentation that we had the last time. So what does that mean? It simply means with the adjusted Weowns that we had last time, and a slightly today adjusted for the class B, because there was a little bit an issue. They sent me an email, and I looked at the whole process. And so with this plan, the class B slightly have up to 2,800 Weowns, class D is 800 Weowns, and class C is 1,200 Weowns. And so those ones are static. So what it means, instead of them waiting up to $1, now our table clearly says they can be able to we start with 50% of 56,000 people who will actually start with 50 cents US dollars. And so that means out of the 800 Weowns, 400 Weowns go out to be staked, and then the remaining 400 Weowns, for example, class D, 100 can go into the purchase, and then whatever you remain with, we will first pay you the 300. If it remains, we'll first pay you 50 cents, and then when we hit the $1 mark, you'll get another 50 cents. So that makes it $1. So that way we balance out, and you will have something very, very critical. At least you don't have to feel that you lose any value. So, and the $1 can definitely get there because we are all working very successful. Now, the same thing goes to the second dollar. So the second dollar, if we have any fluctuations or any volatility, we can still pay you with $1, and then we match up as soon as you get the $2. So that's very, very important. Very, very important in that regard. The same thing, if we want to pay you the $5 and there's volatility, we can start with the $2. get to match you up to the $5. Okay, so that's very important to really consider. Okay, so the other important part of it is that we are truly getting everything successful. We are working very strategically to maximize the value of the Weowns community. Now, remember, right now, the real important value of the Weowns is when we launch the Weownomy chart, we launch the zero-cost digital economy blockchain. So that's going to be a huge value of Weowns being unlocked in there. So currently, what we have with the Weowns is we're starting at a very strategic position that allows, even with what we have right now, with a huge community, trading competition, and all that we have, it still is a very good opportunity because now our currency is beginning to show a very, 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 very unique approach. So we doing things in a very disciplined way, moving forward to allow as many people to participate and benefit on this. So you are learning how we can really match up the activities that happen in the crypto market when there's volatility and when there's growth value. So that way we have something that really brings you and helps you to really make sure that this, the whole process. So we're starting strategically, and as we unlock our, Weownomy chart launch, we are doing very well with the beta testing, and our IT team is working to really make sure we have already received the release 6. So the IT team is going through that very well. And we want to make sure that now the beta testing phase is finished, then we can have the launch of this program on the Play stores, Apple stores. And then from there, we can now see as many people who get on board, and that will launch the whole program successfully as we get the $1 subscriptions, $2 from the SIM cards, and quite a lot of unique value that we can be able to get with our own blockchain. So that really makes it very, very important to really make it a very successful project. So now, even before we unlock the value of the Weownomy chart, the value of the new blockchain, we want to make sure that we can at least start with those unique payouts that all of you guys have been there very much interested to really hear about and really know that, okay, as we build out to unlock the value of everything, you have something that you can get out of everything that we are planning. And that way we can have a consistency to show you, okay, this is how we're developing, and this is how we can maximize our value, and something small that you get out of there. So that's very, very important, okay? So you are very lucky to really get that opportunity to make sure that at least by Friday, next week, we can now start to have the 28,000 participants get to have the distribution of their Weowns. And now from there, after we finish the first 28,000, then we can be able to go to the other 28,000 people as well, which will really be something very important at the same time. So we start step by step, and then as we build on with the value and the growth of Weowns, and again, we have our ecosystem, which is Weownomy Chat, Weownomy Web, our own blockchain. It's just going to be much better as we really move forward. Okay, so it's very important that you appreciate that. And so the whole project has always been built around the people. And so it's important that you're the very first people to really see how a project evolves from the beginning, and you get to understand how all the step-by-step development of everything, and how that is very critical in building a successful project going forward. So now today we have added a small piece, which is the volatility payout plan. What that means, we are able to adjust and allow you to earn as the Weon goes a little bit down, but it doesn't take away the value of what you want, okay? You still get the whole complete value, but it allows you not to impatiently sit down, because a lot of people are panicking when they see the Weons going up and down. So they think that maybe the price is going to collapse and stuff. No, it's just the market, and we're just getting a lot of people who are coming in to trade our coin, and they're very excited, getting a whole huge ecosystem. So that ecosystem allows quite a number of people to get to understand us, and then we cannot leave you guys out. So we want you guys to not just lose sleepless nights being on the market, seeing that the Weon is going up and down, but you know that whatever happens, your plans are still locked in. And so you have something so important that allows you to continue to benefit. And then we can be able to deal with the naysayers who will say, no, this company is just taking money from people and we don't want to pay people. Now they'll be able to see that happen. And I think it will encourage them to understand that this is a true business that allows each one to benefit step by step as we build a very monumental project that is going to be remembered in the history of the world, and very powerful that we start with you as, again, we evolve and get other people on board. So it's a system whereby we involve everyone. And as we also look at our market price, it's also very powerful. So we want to make sure that we have a unique plan going forward. You'll have to know that Weons is the next big thing, okay? So this is critically important as we build something very powerful. That's a very important thing in our African continent or many developing countries. Most of our people have never really been taught how to build wealth. So it's all about how do I get, and not how do I need to learn and understand how things are developing. So very important, if you have the knowledge and understand what your business is all about, what the business model of the company is all about, and not just money out of not understanding how the company helps you to understand how it's building value for you. And so the value of Weons is automatically built with its ecosystem. The ecosystem of Weons is actually starting completely to unveil in March. And that's why we're starting by next Friday, to allow people, because we know by March, our fully fledged Weownomy chart will be out there. And that makes it very critical, because now with our own Weownomy chart, it means we now have lots of unique traders that are going to camp. So this is totally unique from any of the cryptocurrencies that are out there. So that's the critical, most important thing. And as, again, we now build that network globally, it's going to just make things very successful. So it's the most important thing for you guys who have been with us. And that one, we salute you all. But again, I hope most of you are learning step by step how the journey of Weownomy started, how Weons came into the picture, and how Weons is going to change your life. Because if you don't see that, then you don't know how blessed you are. Because everything that has happened in the company has happened strategically, disruptively, and for you to actually be able now to see that your own coin is going to change your life, is going to make you the success that you have always desired to be, then that means that you really appreciate the leadership of Weownomy and what it can do. That this is something very important. So you understand. So it's something historical globally, and it's something that is going to change many lives. Okay, so that is very powerful. And again, we have taught you the discipline of staking. We have taught you that staking allows you to really benefit. And for that, I just wanted to really make a very small point for you that that the whole journey has been a very success, because as many people really want money, but they will come to really appreciate the steps that we've taken them through. And these steps are very critical because they help you to understand that the company that I am in is really critically not only helping me to make money, but educating me to sustain that money for many years so that you can also be able to train your loved ones, your family members as this project progresses. So this is not a one-time kind of approach. It's a consistent, sustainable way that is going to help you consistently and make you very clearly to make sure that this is going to really help you for as many years as possible. So that's something very important. Now, as we get to launch the program on Friday, but within from Monday through before Friday, we'll be able to sort out very important, making sure that all of the important 28,000 members get to really know if their names, and we're going to do it in different countries. We want to make sure that we have different countries really participate. So it's not going to be only like we're just paying a huge chunk of people in South Africa and Lesotho. No, we're going to make sure that we can spread it out to every country that is listed among the Weownomy community. And then that one will be very important. So that way, everyone will feel that this is a fair system that helps anyone, okay? So it's very important that that clearly helps you to understand that we are taking this process, be successful, and assist every one of you. So you'll be able to see all that. Now, the very important arrangement is when you guys are paid, you have to be very, very careful, okay? And understand that you make sure the buying and staking is important. Try and participate in that. And we're doing the staking on your behalf. The La Token Exchange has said they're going to put up a very unique system, which we are paying separately for that, so that it can cater for the auto staking. And I think that will also come on board. And for you guys, you'll also it will be very important. We want to train you so that you know that whatever you get, and if you want to really get the monthly payouts, you also have to be disciplined and know that it's going to be your responsibility to also participate in the buyout. So that's very important that you build your community. And this is very, very critical for you to learn. So slowly by slowly, once it gets into your system, then you learn and understand that. So that's very, very important for you to really think about. So we think it's very critical for you that you've gone through all this important training, and we've seen quite a number of people who have participated and who are participating continuously in the staking program. 90 days, 150. Others are choosing the 30 days. That's fine with whatever plan that you think about. But I think the 90 and 150 is very amazing for you guys to really consider, because again, it allows you to get higher kind of wins as you go ahead, and it will help you actually, even when you get the monthly payouts, but the staking program will also greatly help you to really do so much. And for the staking program, as we say, that we would like to make sure that everything is reflected on your dashboard. So our IT team is doing that, so that as you stake on the token and you finish that period, then that way you'll be easily be able to also catch up with what we had already put on your dashboard reflected, so that you have bought that opportunity gratefully, so that you have both of those rewards. So that's going to be very, very powerful. And why do we do that? It is very, very important that we train you in a disciplined way, and that disciplined way provides you a very important way to understand how to build wealth. That's wealth is not just built by you pointing on something and you think that you'll just get it by just flipping up your fingers. No, it requires a lot of discipline, and that's what you're learning greatly with our community. That it's very important that comes clearly. So today's presentation, there's quite a lot of important opportunity for you to understand that we have just talked that we have revised in line with what we voted to allow a partial payout starting this Friday with 50 cents, and then going forward as we hit the voted market prices, especially for $1, you can be able to complete. So that means if you're getting $100 at $1 at 50 cents, you'll get half of it. And then once we hit the $1, then you get the other half. I think that makes everything very, 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 very important and very fair for each one of you, so that as you wait, you are able to know that at least there's something that you have, and you're also able to participate in the growth of the coin, in the growth of the ecosystem. And knowing in March, we'll also be able to launch officially Weownomy chat, which then allows a great deal of people who have who will come to download the app across the world. In particular, we will start with kind of number of people, maybe say around 6 million people. So that really gets you a very good understanding that, yeah, even with the smaller, with the current value of Weowns that we have, and looking at the ecosystem of Weownomy, which again is the one that builds and integrates the real value that Weowns has. So we're going to have more of value to unlock for Weowns, so going forward. And I did talk about this last week, and I thought it's very important to really integrate, because there's so much that our people need to understand about our ecosystem. And so that's clearly important, that having our own blockchain, just like Ethereum is doing very well. They have their own blockchain. Bitcoin has its own blockchain. What about our own Weowns having its own blockchain, and a unique blockchain, by the way, which will deal with all the unique economic transactions. That's why it's called the zero-cost digital trillion-dollar economy blockchain. So different businesses that all over the world can be able to use a unique blockchain that allows people to transact using Weowns. That is the biggest opportunity that the world has never seen. And this is something very important with our own Weowns, okay? And so it's something that is going to really come in addition with our own Weownomy chart, and that is going to totally build a great deal of value with the Weowns coin. So owning your digital economy in different parts of the world and allowing 100% free transactions based on the proof of stake. So this is something that really is going to change the way the Weowns coin is going to be playing a totally different part of the ecosystem of Weowns. Is not just like any other coin. So every other coin is totally unique, and that coin also plays a different part in the market. And so the Weowns coin, with its own unique ecosystem that we have now, we know with the social media, and in addition with the zero digital economy, is something very, very important. Okay, so that is clear, and that's what the new traders and that's what new people who are coming to know about the Weownomy coin want to understand. What is this going to be all about? Okay, and if people are able to understand, okay, it's very, very important that they understand that our whole ecosystem is built on a social media platform and a zero TikTok, economy. And that's the most important thing that people need to understand. And so migrating from Ethereum and setting up our own, it again reinforces something that will really allow a great deal of people globally to appreciate. So we have a unique business model which does not only simply use a coin on a social media platform, but again integrates a unique way that every unique digital economy. When we talk about digital economy, it means your business right now, currently that you have placed on a blockchain can do a great deal. So that is the most important thing that goes out there. So as we start in a small way to open out the payouts and then build out with the unique ecosystem, then the coin is going to go on strengthening and doing as much great, just as you see other different coins. But again, ours is going to be unique so that even when people get to understand it, they will really appreciate a great deal. So that's something very important as we go ahead and understand that the value of Weownomy is just getting started. Whatever you're getting today is actually going to really increase greatly as we open up, going further to really make sure that you get something very powerful. So we are matching that success. And so many coins where we have started, we are much better than other many different coins that are not mentioned. And so that means we have a totally unique ecosystem that is building out to actually even propel us to as many other different stages of development with value, and again, to also be used as a payment system. So that is something very unique with the zero-cost digital economy blockchain. So this is critical because when people think about money, they don't think about the foundation that can sustain the money that they are dreaming of or the money that they want. And that's what every business does. And that's what we are showing you, explaining to you, and educating you so that we don't want just you guys to just see a one-time approach of payouts, but we're just trying to actually explain to you that this is going to be something that is going to really propel a lot of people. So as it goes strategically and allows different economies to come on a blockchain, then that is going to really make sure that Weownomy becomes a payment system. So it becomes a truly payment system. It now attracts a lot of communities. It now makes it totally unique in a way that even the predictability of the price will now be much more stronger. And the future growth, because of the blockchain, the social media platform, becomes very unique as we go ahead with this approach and the project. So it's going to benefit the coin holders and benefit as many new people who are coming in. That's very, very important, okay? And that's something that makes everything a success, okay? So again, with the success of Bitcoin, there's been also issues about mining. For us, we're going to be using a totally different approach, which is proof of staking, and that is, friendly with the environment and allows us to be easily integrate with any digital economy. If you can really understand what it means and how powerful a digital economy, zero-cost digital economy means, it's one of the unique business model that is going to put us aside from any of other different businesses. So that makes it very, very unique of what we have. And with all those huge transaction fees, both traditionally and currently on crypto, the gas fees and stuff, and we have 100% free transaction, that again is just going to put us in a very, very, very different position strategically in the crypto industry. So we want to cement our uniqueness of the crypto industry so that we can be able, because the whole, whether you like it or not, the whole world is going to embrace blockchain ecosystem, but it depends with what are you going to build in the ecosystem, okay? And if that really makes it very successful, then what is your growth factor values that you've set up? And that's very clear with what we have, okay? And then that takes us very, very, very strategically as we go ahead in making sure that we have these very important things. Now, as we discussed the other time, we have a unique plan, and the unique plan is we want to set up an ecosystem that builds around the people. And when we set that ecosystem, we have a unique program that allows us that the company that we're setting up in Switzerland and uniqueness of some of the strategic investors who currently are watching what we're doing. And so some of the strategic investors, one of them already, who's aware of the trading competition and what we're doing, and they're very smart. They do understand what we are doing and what we're positioning ourselves, because when you go to an investor, he wants to see what you can do. And that's what we've done very strategically to really make it easier to say, as we build this ecosystem and we see where this ecosystem is taking us, we need to set up a company that can house all of our different entities, and that is in Switzerland. And that makes it a very unique approach. We have many different important investors. When you're dealing with investors, a lot of people who don't know investors, and that the biggest problem in developing countries is that when you see an investor, you go there without planning. You really need to be very creative and understand why truly you need an investor. An investor who comes into your project does not come to take over. Immediately, if you allow an investor to take over, it means you don't understand the value of what you're building. We understand the value of the zero cost digital economy. We understand the value of our own currency. How do you sell your own currency to an investor without really understanding what you're doing? And we also understand the value of the social media platform, okay? So it's very important when an investor comes, you don't do the mistake that most of the people or most of our leaders in the African continent have always been faced with, is by selling themselves low. And the investor takes everything without any kind of negotiation that benefits the people. And that's one of the biggest problems that has really brought challenges in the developing countries. Now, our strategy with the investor is, as we have set up a trading competition that awards people $1 million, he truly sees that if I'm investing $1.5 million initially to be able to put into the Weownomy, there's already a trading competition for that. And that shows him that you are wise enough to actually position yourself successfully, okay? And that clearly provides a clear understanding that this community understands what it's doing, okay? So what is going to happen is they are easily going to work with you and understand that if we are going to participate with you, already the competition is increasing a number of traders to you. And the other thing, they know already that we have already contributed through the people setting up the Weownomy chat, Weownomy web, which is coming, and now even our own blockchain. So that alone means the investor comes on your terms, and those terms are mainly the economic rights, okay? So the economic rights simply means that the investor is able now to come and benefit from the network, not to buy you out. And that's what we are avoiding. And so that's very, very unique in understanding that it's very critical as you build the whole important ecosystem and allowing an important growth so that as the project really gets, to really expand successfully, you need to understand your own clear ecosystem, the value of the ecosystem, and that is very important. So what we are doing currently is we know what Weownomy is going to be. We know what the zero cost digital economy is going to be, and we are attaching that value right now. So when we talk about one company, one people, we have the whole ecosystem of a neobank, Weownomy ecosystem, zero cost digital economy, digital gold coin of AX, we have Pride of Africa, Diamond, and we also have other different unique companies that may not be ours, but will be interested after they see the uniqueness of what we have set up in our ecosystem. Now, every company that comes into our digital economy, like the Seaway, the one of the electric car company, it means we have the whole transportation system in the world to play with. It means Seaway can easily make a deal with Tesla, can easily make a deal with these Germany companies, which are in the electric car company, to come and participate in the zero cost digital economy. That is big. Weownomy ecosystem, it means one day it will be easy for us to talk with other different social media platforms that will want to benefit, because the zero cost digital economy is set out not to compete, but to add value to other different economy, private business networks that are out there. So that's big. Having our own neobank also provides value and allows as many other people who can also come in that network. So we now have a company that can now allow us to have all this. So that means not only with our annual subscribers, but the different digital economies that will come through our zero cost network builds a totally unique system. And that system adds a clear, important, value that will go to the wheels, okay? And that is going to be something very, 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 very important. And it's just gonna really do very successful. So this company is gonna be registered in March, and it will house all of these different companies that we have, and we will be able to sign up many other different companies that will come through that. And that will solidify our uniqueness of the zero cost digital economy going forward. So that's very important for people to actually understand. So the other important thing, it's also clear as we go ahead to really get to understand the uniqueness of what it means to have a coin that has a zero cost digital economy, what it means for all over 240,000 lifetime co-owners who are the very first initial pioneers, because again, you have a very small, important, value out of all this. So whatever we build, not only are you going to make money through the social media platform, clicking, and all that we're doing, but again, you're going to also make it very important. You're going to benefit from the whole ecosystem of the zero cost digital economy. So there's going to be unique, revenue that comes out of there, and that's something very important that will also trickle back to you in terms of contribution that you get. So we have also the advertising revenue that comes through. That's what all the social media platforms depend on, which is totally unique. And in addition to the activities that normally happen on social media platform, with an algorithm that will be able to see and and price all of those activities that happen there and see what you can be able to earn. So that's something that will be very, 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 very powerful. So just watch and see how this whole ecosystem develops. And if you really want to be in a business that is going to be successful, this is going to be very, very powerful ecosystem that you'll come to realize and see how we build this out. So it's very, very important as we go ahead step by step, because any successful business that you want to know, it has to have the uniqueness of its own digital ecosystem. So what we're doing, we are building that important zero-cost digital economy, a new way of life. And we have our first important companies that are there. We have Seaway Electric and Autonomous Vehicle, and we have already professionals. We're not just simply talking of dreams. We have already professionals who are working on that project. Just now that we need to actualize it, and we are blessed to have it on the digital economy, zero-cost digital economy. When you talk about the AEX digital gold coin, we already have the gold coins. They will produce 3 of them. One, I think 1 gram, 2.5, and up to 5 grams of gold. So we're not just talking. If we're talking of Weownomy Neobank, we already have a system and people who are going to work in to make sure that this works successfully. If we're talking of Weownomy Chat, we have it. You've seen it, and currently it's in the beta testing. Okay, so it's unique. If we're talking of the Pride of Africa Diamond, we also have that, and so it's just a unique network of our ecosystem that are very, 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 very important. Okay, so it's very important that you understand that what we have is unique, important, and this is what is going to actually build a very unique, project and business as we go on and build it. I am not going to be surprised when our project is successful, our coin is so powerful, and that's something that is going to really turn around a great deal as we move forward. So just look and see how the whole progress really goes ahead. Now, as we understand that our vision is for humanity, and if we want to build something that is going to make the whole project successful, if it does not serve the whole of humanity, then it's limited to you as an individual. We're talking of a great deal, and that's the zero-cost digital economy. And we're talking of the Weownomy Chat. We are talking of the advertising monetization program that is going to be linked together with Weownomy Chat. And this is a critical, powerful way, and turning 100% of your data to your own ownership. It's so unique. And again, trying to also introduce a zero-cost data plan linked with an advertising monetization plan up to $10 billion. It's unique, very powerful, okay? So it's something that needs to understand as you go on. Have you seen big projects? If you see all of these big ideas, how Tesla came up, Apple and all that, they have bold, ambitious projects, and that's what we have here. And don't be surprised when you see what is going to happen. The problem is that most of our people have not been taught how to really build wealth. So it's all about money, 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 and they don't really understand the whole participation of building wealth. And that's why you see the very same people who make money are the very same people who come and take big ideas. But this time around, we want to make sure that you guys are part of the people who should participate and benefit from this, a people-owned digital economy, and make a clear breakthrough. So that's a great deal as we go on, okay? So if you don't understand rather listen and get through all this. And then that will slowly but slowly, you will understand that your limitation of how you articulate and get to understand the knowledge can now help you as you see things develop on step by step. So when it becomes big, then you are like, wow, I saw how the Weownomy ecosystem was developing from the beginning, and now I can see where we are heading. And that's how we become part of history. Okay? So the whole zero cost people platform operating company in Switzerland is to really build such an important approach for people on platform, a fairer world, and a true economy that allows different ecosystems that are out there that have been, kind of like separated from humanity. So our zero cost digital economy is simply merging the needs of the people and the businesses and putting up a foundation, which is very important. And that's the most critical part as we develop this important platform with a vision of building a sustainable people economy and Weow's money for all of the humankind. So that's very, very important as we do that. Now, as we started, you remember that we did not have our own currency. Now we have our own currency. Our currency is on an exchange, and whether or not a lot of people have benefited from it, like it or not, and it's owned by the people, for the people. And now we are also building more value. We want to add the advertising model around it, and we want to add even invest innovative technology of the zero cost around it. And that's going to just do a great deal and help a lot of people as we go. And that's how we're going to build our new history. Okay. So it's going to allow a great deal of people to access products and managed by the peers without centralized monopolies and intermediaries. So that's something very powerful. Now we currently launched our global trade competition on the token exchange, and so what that means, we now have a great deal of people participating, and new people also participating in it. So because the whole purpose of the trading competition is to really attract as many people who are coming in and they're very much interested in our ecosystem. They're interested mainly now in the coin because they're just saying the coin is at 50 cents. When it started, I think now it's slightly at 40. But again, next activities by next week, it will really move forward. You're going to see great price movement by next week, which will be something great. And by Friday, when we start to see all of those distribution to make sure that our people can get their Weow's and they can really get started to benefit from what has really been very powerful from the very beginning. So it's step by step, and we have such an amazing program being built around our Weow's and the ecosystem that we have. So that's beautiful and amazing that this is something that comes through. So the competition is $1 million. That is what in Weow's, okay. And we have seen quite a great deal of volume, which is doing very, very well. And so that volume indicates that we have traders from all over the world who are coming on board. And the purpose is not only to increase the price, but again, to engage in as many traders. So a lot of our people also from Africa, it's their first time to participate with the crypto market. So they really don't understand how the complexities and the volatility that is in the crypto markets. I do hear a lot of people attribute it to me manipulating the Weow's and stuff like that. And that's totally not true. It's the market. It's the market which is doing what it does, and people getting to get used to our coin. What you guys should be very excited that a lot of people are engaging with our coin and to have an exchange. All these different exchanges, they are the ones who have made Bitcoin to be famous. And so if La Token is very much interested in our coin, and they gave us these co-marketing activities, and now we're having this critical participation of the trade competition and the airdrops that are starting on Monday. It's amazing how things are going to be able to move. So just take your time out and relax. You're going to see everything going on successfully because we are committed. So, and Weownomy is a democratic space because we know we have a very important number of people who want to talk whatever they want to talk, but they can still talk, but still they will learn through the process that step by step that we're building a unique ecosystem that is not only for you, but for as many people that come through. So as we have a great deal of people benefiting with their participation, and I think a great deal of people have benefited from this, and we are also going to also have a great number of activities, physical activities like the festival that is going to be planned. We have a pre-festival in April. We have a major one in October, if I'm not wrong. And so that's what truly means we are now doing as much as possible. And we want to time those activities after the launch of our Weownomy chat. So that's great. So we have a great deal that is happening, okay? So one of the most important things that you should learn as we do all these important activities is everything that we're doing in a disruptive, more creative, is not only to provide you the personal income and to show you how that is being designed, but also educate you. That's very most important for people to understand that this is very, very important for you to understand that you're learning through the journey to understand how your personal income will be sustained. And that's difficult for many people individually to even dream about on their own, what they can do to build their personal income. So this is a wonderful approach, and that's what we're doing and helping you in big numbers. And we're excited that if we have 240,000 members to get started. How did we get the Class D launched? Because we wanted as many people to come on board without paying anything, because we thought that if we just build out a subscription plan that does not allow as many people to be part of this, that will leave out many people who need the system, the ecosystem. And why are we putting up the $1? It still will allow as many people out there who cannot afford to still make it. So that is very, very important going forward. So it's very critical that people understand. Now, as we also have some few slides remaining, I just wanted to reinforce the whole importance of our ecosystem, because I don't hear a lot of people who understand what our ecosystem is all about, to better understand that our ecosystem, if you can clearly understand our ecosystem, which is a social media platform, which includes a uniqueness of the digital economy, and also we're going to also include the metaverse for global communities and the virtual economies, the virtual nations, representing the different nations that we have with you guys out there, making a unique way of our financing model with Weons makes it very clearly how our external resource revenues that we have set around, that's very critical, so that as we build this whole thing, then you can connect the dots. And so when we connect those dots, it becomes uniquely important for you, even when you're talking to other people. Because what I know, when people start to get their payouts of Weons, The only thing they're going to tell other people out there is that I was paid. That is poor. Being paid means nothing. But understanding why your system works, how your system works, and how it got you paid is the most important thing to explain to other people. And that's what many people should focus on. When you're paid and someone asks you, it's not because you're paid, it's how you're paid and how your system really helps you to understand that. And the system is very simple. The ecosystem of a social media platform and our new digital economy is the reason that is going to build the value for the Weowns, and it's going to sustain the micro payouts for as many years as possible. Okay? So if you get to understand that, then you are a creative, intelligent co-owner, and then you can be able to go out and explain to as many people as possible. So I just want to show you a very small example with one of our co-owners who actually did something wonderful. So I'm gonna play a music, and you just see how she created very few words and she was able to market. So it's a very wonderful lady called Puna from Namibia. And she came up with just a video about her song regarding Weownomy chat. And if you can see that video, anyone who does not understand Weownomy can quickly, clearly understand the whole approach of what she's trying to communicate. And that's the most important thing for anyone who wants to participate and market our business. So I'm gonna show you this important video so that you can appreciate what it is, okay? It's in YouTube, and this is her rights. I believe she'll have no problem for us to play it. Okay, so that is very important. So I'm gonna show you that. Okay. Okay, so that's I'm wondering why the voice is not playing. Just can just a moment again. All right. So okay, let's do this again. This one. Unfortunately, I understand that you guys can't hear the voice, but I did share that YouTube channel in the groups. I don't know why my computer cannot be able to play the voice. Okay. But the point is very simple, and at least it's very critical to understand your business. The lady is amazing. She really understand the business of our ecosystem, explained it in our own way very easily. And that's the all importance, because if you're co-owner, it's not just being only about what you're going to benefit, but also you have to be like an ambassador of the project and go out. So it's something very, 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 very important that if you get to understand that, then that is very, very clear. Unfortunately, I don't know why could not be able to have that. So as we complete that, it's also very important to really understand the revolutionary social media approach of Weownomy, the advertising platform, and two things that were magic. So that's also very critical. And all this is very critical for anyone who is part of the project to understand why is your project unique and what is the important part of why you're part of this project. So that is something that is very important for as many people who are co-owners. Don't be surprised that new people who will join, let me say the ones of $1, they may know the business better than you. So you being a lifetime co-owner, if you ever tell someone I'm a lifetime co-owner, people will want to understand what you have, how the journey of all this project started and what it meant for you and what is the whole business model of the project. So that's very, very important that you truly understand. And this is why we take time to provide you this important idea for you to really get and know what it is. So very clearly, as a social media platform, using an advertising monetization, which is going to be linked and allows all of the deep. So our advertising monetization is just going to really greatly provide people an algorithm that allows them every activity that they match on the platform, they'll be able to monetize it for businesses, for individuals, for organizations, and every different activities that are out there. So this is something very unique, and it's something that you want to be part of. And so we are finalizing with our beta testers to really get everything complete, and then go ahead and have our app out there, just like the way we had our Weownomy Pay, app there, out there. And that again builds on the value of our ecosystem, which again links up with our Weons. And again, having advertising as part of the component, it's just going to really make our whole ecosystem have an additional value, which is very powerful. So you want to be part of a new ecosystem. You want to be part of something that is successful. So we are not just like any other coin that's just going to come out. And so this all shows you that the value of Weons is not yet unlocked to its fullest potential that we really expect. And even where the Weons is, I'm telling you, it's very important for you to be thankful for, because for as many organizations or even many countries or even many corporations that would have wanted to start a coin, I mean, we have done something successful. Our coin since December, it's out there. Even when it's $1, people did not mention anything, okay? So it's doing good, it's doing great, and we are attracting as many people as possible. Now, there are people who believe it, there are people who don't believe it, but it's not up for you to believe it or not to believe it. It is a global ecosystem that has been tested. When I say it has been tested, first of all, social media has done very well, powerful, and this is a social media platform. The crypto space, if you compare both the ecosystem of Ethereum and Bitcoin, they're doing well. What about an ecosystem with its own blockchain called the zero-cost digital blockchain, economy blockchain, which powers the Weons to do as much as we want? What will that do? Added together with the social media platform, amazing potential yet to be actualized. And this is just going to start to be unlocked in March as we go ahead. Now, before even that, just with now, we have more than 30,000 traders per month with a new coin that just started in December. 30,000. Many of other coins don't even have 6,000 participants. They only have those participants once when the coin is launched, and then it goes down. Okay. Now for us, we are consistently, steadily moving in and attracting in more traders. That's why you see many traders who are coming in, selling, buying, selling, and buying, and this going up and down. And they're getting to understand the momentum of what this coin is. That the coin is set in the market. It's not to just take away people's money. It's consistently building the value of people's money and becoming a true people's currency. So that is something which is very unique. And I think across the whole continent, Weownomy is the only coin in the African continent that has involved the people. Okay? Many of these other coins are centrally centered. Like even with Bitcoin, we have the major powers who work around it. Okay? So this is the coin whereby you know the people behind it. We can talk to you on a weekly basis. And that's something unique. It provides you that comfort to know that you're building something and we can do something very successful with you. And we want you to be very successful. Okay, so it's very powerful. And as we really go ahead and explain to you the whole stages of the ecosystem, it's beautiful to see what we can achieve with Weownomy, what we can achieve with the ecosystem, and what you will become with this ecosystem. And I think that's very powerful. You remember when you joined many months ago when you said you're going to join a platform that will pay you for using it. There was no Weownomy. Now you have Weownomy. And when someone tells you, is that statement still valid, that when we have a social media platform, you will be able to have a wallet that pays you for using the platform, you definitely will say yes. So that's amazing. And that's what it means, a disruptive company doing things, going step by step, but achieving a great deal as we go on. So that's something which shows you that we're steadily getting a great deal done in the course of all this process, okay? So it's powerful as we complete this. Now, you know very well that the whole factor of all this presentation was to quickly explain to you how we are building value for our Weownomy. Definitely, as we set up the Weownomy chart, the stores, the first valued external revenue is the $1. The second revenue will come from the advertising monetization. Then we're also going to have from the SIM cards, and especially the advertising and the $1 annual revenue. And it is going to help us to power the engagements of people who are doing likes, comments, posts, and so that people can be able to earn per day, per week, per month, and with the increased Weownomy market price. So we are launching a revolutionary token that allows micropayments in Weownomy. Okay, so it's unique, it's powerful, and this is the best that everyone has been waiting. Now, it's very important that we understand that this is going to be a very, very important journey that not only have we started, but now what we're starting to accomplish going forward is very critical and very important at this time. Now, as we come towards the end of our presentation, what have you learned? First, it's very clear we talked about the payouts. Now, the payouts means instead of waiting for the voted $1 market price, we have decided to adjust and put an interim volatility plan that allows that at least you can start with 50 cents, okay? And that 50 cents allows you to actually be able to sell out half. So that means if you are qualifying, let me say, for 100 wheels at $1, so we use that $1 to say, okay, 100 wheels, but we take the 50 cents to pay you for the first half. When we reach the $1, then you have the other amount that is topped up. Okay, you get me? So that's how it is, simple. And the same arrangement of what you could have got from the $1 is how it should start with the partial arrangement, and then we go in. So the reason we have done that is because most of the people who are impatient and they're saying that I'm in one way manipulating the market price and stuff like that, which is totally wrong. And they don't understand how the markets work. So they just want to go in there and think that I control, I manipulate the market. There's nothing like that. I am the one who's very passionate and I want our people to really benefit out of this project, okay? So I would want to see the whole continent, not only the 240,000 people. My dream is billions and billions of people to actually get to benefit from our ecosystem, okay? So it's not like the simplistic minds who just think of one, just looking and not understanding the whole complete picture. So we want to allow people to start slowly, then they are able to get something. Then those people who have been saying we're not being paid, once they get to be paid, then they will understand the journey does not stop because you're paid. After you're paid, you'll now be able to know and be patient and understand how the whole system is being built and unlock more value as we build the whole network of systems. Many companies take a lot of time. They can even tell you to wait for 3 years, 4 years, but we are very considerate. Why? Because it's a people-owned approach, and so we want you to actually benefit as we build the project. And now that we have our own new currency, we can literally be there to make sure that you're successful, and definitely you're going to be successful. Now, secondly, after the volatility interim payouts, it will start with 28,000. So that means on Friday, the distributions of the 28,000 people is going to start. So that means on a weekly basis, there will be quite a lot of payouts that will be going out. And then the reason, again, we want to see how people will behave and make it very, 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 very important to make sure that people really get to learn how this whole process will be. So that is no doubt. Your weons are out in the market, so it's not difficult that we are going to go to a bank and break and get money. Your weons are out there, so to distribute it to you is not a big problem. Okay, so that one will happen, and I think we'll be very, very excited with all of you guys to see what you are going to become as you get your wheels, okay? Then going forward, we can concentrate on our business without having all of people making all of these unnecessary distractions because they think they will not get the wheels. No, that is going to happen and you're going to get them. And then let us see what kind of story we'll be able to say, okay? And so the other next step is after you get your wins and you don't follow the steps, then the next payout, you'll be out because we are going to monitor. And if you don't follow the disciplined approach of what we want, then it's gonna really impact on you. And so you will be the one that will be, pointing to, because they've been pointing fingers to the CEO. Now we'll be pointing to you. So it's very, very important that you understand the principle. So we're gonna write something to you and put it and make sure that you follow it, okay? And then when you follow it and agree on that, then your monthly payouts will be there. If you don't follow it, that will be your last payout, and so that should not be any bother. So it's going to be something very important that you should follow, and then you should understand that the company has strict approach of how it's going to deliver what it's going to really tell people. Okay, so we've come to the end of our presentation, and so we would like to appreciate. It was most importantly very clear for you guys to know that we have introduced the volatility interim plan, which is going to start on Friday. And from Friday, we would like all of you guys it will be 28,000 people who will start, and it's going to be very, very exciting. And all the naysayers definitely will shut up, because we have a great ecosystem. We don't do things because people tell us that we do them, but we do things strategically. And so that strategy is that we implement it for the best interest of not only a one payout, but for the best interest of strategic payouts that should happen, aligning it with our ecosystem and understanding the whole growth process as we build this important business going forward. And definitely, I love everyone. I love all of you, Weownomers. Just because you are here, it makes me very happy, because we're family. Those ones who are talking negatively, positively, they will get through, because I've seen a lot of people who talk negatively. They are the ones who need Weownomy most than anyone else. So don't be surprised when they get the payouts, and then tomorrow they'll be the ones coming in and saying, oh, we knew the CEO will do this, we are now happy, and all that. So I'm not affected with any negative comments. They are our family, because they have spent their data to be here for all this time. So how can an enemy be there for an hour? It means 2 hours, 3 hours is not going. He's not your enemy, it's just part of the family. And so you let him be, let him talk, and we want to tell him that we are a family and we don't give up on you. We love you, because that's what you need most from us, and also the wills that you need most from us. Absolutely, you're gonna get them. So when people tell me, oh, this person is negative, let us remove him from the group, leave him. It's fine. He needs Weownomy. He cannot go anywhere, because the only medicine that he needs starts on Friday. And once he gets that medicine, he will be the one recruiting everyone to come, because he has got something. So thank you very much. Be blessed. And I salute you all. And you're amazing as one family. We don't have enemies. It's all about love. And we're sharing with you all. And so we just want you guys to be successful. And we salute you. So be blessed. Thank you very much. And I hope we can answer some questions going forward, and allow you guys to have some sleep, and then be prepared for a wonderful week, which is starting tomorrow or just in midnight shortly. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now I can answer some few questions if we have any few questions, or maybe. Can we have maybe some few questions that we can answer? I can see quite a number of people like to ask some questions. It's very important that we can reply some few questions.
Good evening, CEO.
Good evening. How are you, Zanele?
I am well, thanks, and you, CEO. Thank you for the presentation you've shared today. We appreciate your work that you are doing for us as Weownomers. I only have one humble request.
Yes.
Can you please recognize the recruiters in terms of some payments for the people they've brought on board?
Oh, yes, absolutely. If we can have like a leader, I don't know, do you have, I think you have on your dashboard, don't you have that? Yes, you have on the dashboard. So what we can do is to simply ask the IT team, and then we can then have a plan for the recruiters. But I think, yeah, because they implemented that on your dashboard, so it's very easy to get all of the different people and that you brought on board, and we can integrate that in the payment plan. Sorry, you're muted. You're muted. I don't know what has happened. We can't hear you. We just lost you.
Good evening, CEO.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm great.
CEO, I think I'm basically on the same page with this woman that just got off, but I had sent you email as per your request, and up to this, I have not heard from you.
Okay, just apologies again. I believe I do remember you. It's only that I got a little bit mixed up with a lot of things. It's important that you have all of them on your dashboard. Is that right?
Okay. Another thing that I wanted to ask is that, okay, fine. If you're going to reward the recruiters, as this lady has mentioned, are you also going to bring into recognition the fact that some of the people are not appearing because everybody that came in under AEX didn't have, an email address to fall under. So you cannot basically see them. So what you see in the system is less those people. And secondly, the reason why I wanted to really talk about this is because if you're saying that when it comes to staking, there's going to be a great reward for it and there's going to be a recognition for it, we would really like to see that recognition happening like now, because, as we spoke about it in the previous meetings, I think it would only be, nice for us to actually be recognized and see something actually happen. I mean, it doesn't have to be, a million reopens. I mean, but at least just something to say, thank you. You have actually gone out there and you have done your work, and this is what I promised you, and I'm giving you this. Thank you. That's it.
Absolutely. You guys are the pioneers. I think when we started out, you helped build up the numbers before we had the Class D program. So absolutely, we will definitely make sure that you have that important acknowledgement that should be aligned. Now, the other issue is what you're mentioning about not having some of your list being included on the dashboard. I don't know how we verify that, but we can verify that if you have the certificate numbers of the people who came through you. I think that would be the easiest way, so that we can then have it shared together with the IT team to include it in your list. I think that can also help if you have a list of the certificates of the shareholders. I think that will really help.
Good evening, CEO.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for the wonderful presentation.
Thank you.
I've got just 2 questions. I just wanted to understand. You indicated in the presentation that as we will be moving to our blockchain, so I wanted to understand that all the I can't recall the amount that you have sent to Buktarin. Is it going to be like, you know, going to be repaid, or what exactly is going to happen? Because I remember you've sent quite a number of million we owns to ensure that it covers, you know, the process as we were in the Ethereum blockchain.
Yeah, okay. Okay, thank you very much. So what happens actually with the billions that we gave him, over 1 billion? So many, like Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, many of these cryptocurrencies, they also do the same. And it's up to his discretion to actually, first of all, he studies how the project evolves. And then after the project really develops at a good stage, he can use it to maybe provide charity or something. Like there's one, I think Shiba Inu, he had to donate all of the money. It was for COVID program in India, something like that. So it's just a way to share it with him with no any intention, just to use that. So if he just comes out with any statement to say at a certain time when he sees there's that lot of adoption of Weowns, he can give out a statement related to what he thinks could be important for him to share about the Weowns ecosystem, which is now studying very closely so that it can come out. But we don't really tie him up to anything apart from him letting other users of Ethereum who can be interested in Weowns, and he can come through. Like especially now when we come with our own blockchain network, a lot of people can come in, and he can also be able to support that, because we are building now a public good system, and that's what something is very, very, very much important. And he likes it so much that if you're building a public good system, then he can use that to either promote it, or even at some times even return it to you or something like that, to say this is something good that you've done, and I would like as many people to get to know about what you intend to do. In this case, if it's a zero-cost digital economy, and if it's the social media platform and what we're doing. So he is studying and understanding, and we are just keeping him abreast with all that is happening so that he can make his own informed decision.
Okay, no, thanks for clarifying that. And then the second question, it's for our IT team. Last week during the meeting, they've promised that on Saturday, they will have a session for those that are still having challenges. Some of our downliners are having quite a number of challenges that haven't been resolved. So I would request that before Friday, before the airdrops are being sent into the different people's account, if we can have a session so that people's concerns and issues can be clarified. That is a plea. And lastly, just thank you for agreeing that you will reward those that have brought in the networkers. We really appreciate that. We would just love to see those we owns in our dashboards. Thank you so much.
Yes, absolutely. I think they wanted also to talk about it today. I don't know if that Daily Poll on the Delta Belly is around. You can confirm that, but I think they are really they've worked something across the week, and you'll be able to see something on your dashboard during the course of the week before Friday, and so that you can really know that indeed by Friday you're expecting to get started. I know this has been a long journey for many of you who really want to see something but this is a big project, and you're going to be very excited. And so every step by step is critical, and it's something very important. And so I think the IT team is doing a wonderful job. They are really doing their best to really implement all that we really want them to implement in a very short period of time. And I think most of the critical issues that are required will also be very important. So I would like to maybe reach out to Ndadeli Polo. He can probably is one of our IT team members who is here today. I understand that Deltable has assigned him today to be with us. He can be able to share some important comments in regard to your question if he is ready to respond to us. But I think they're actually working on that. Yes, Ndade Polo, thank you.
Peter. Yes, Nade. I was saying is we were supposed to have a meeting yesterday, but we, due to the a lot of work that we had, we couldn't be successful. But we will make sure that we do attend to issues and maybe try to see when we can have time this coming week to help shareholders with all their problems. So it's still something that we're still working towards. So I think they should not be worried. We'll make sure that we help them with all the issues they have before the next airdrop.
No, thank you so much, Nadel, for at least getting to answer that.
Good evening, CEO.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yes.
Firstly, I just want to thank you for the presentation and all the clarification that you gave us. And my question is, there was previous 2 Zooms whereby I brought in this into attention to say we do have a group, G30 Limpopo group, whereby we gather money and we buy and hold. And our first one, it was done on the 20th of January, and we didn't get rewarded. So my team, like yesterday, we were having a meeting to gather another money because we do have a plan, a yearly plan. We are going to do this on monthly basis. The February one, is going to deposit tomorrow. So the huge question to my team is, you keep on telling us, CEO said they'll consider us, but till now, you are still telling us we never been rewarded. And some of my team, they are into other groups whereby they saw the other group that they did buy and hold after we have done us, and they are rewarded. So that's the only thing that they need clarity.
Oh, you're saying that.
And okay, another thing, we staked for 150 days. It was done on the 20th of January.
Yes.
And everything that is needed, it has been sent to the buy and hold email. And last week I was asked to send the wallet, the token wallet. And I did send, but from there, there's no communication to say, okay, we acknowledged what we have asked you to do.
Oh, okay, please. Okay, this is what happens. You're talking of buying and staking or buying and holding? You're talking of buying and holding, right?
Buy and hold. Buy and hold. Remember, we started with buy and hold, CEO, whereby we jump in and we did, yes.
So as we told you the other time that we have updated the whole program, which is now buy and stake, and we wanted to make sure that we, as you stake at La Token, we can only unlock the rewards after you have completed your La Token process if it's for 90 or 150 days. But if you did that before
the changes, yes.
Before the changes, so that is fine. We can take that exception for you. And so you can kindly just say on your subject before the changes and just forward it. Don't mind. Before I sleep, we'll try and see what we can do. So thank you very much. Shouldn't know, Ali.
Okay, I will appreciate that because I don't want this plan to be ruined.
Yes.
Yeah. Good evening, CEO.
Good evening. How are you?
Good, and you? It's the same question for me for the IT. The same question that I've asked last week to attend to my team, over 120 of them. They've stayed,
okay.
and they've asked me to send the email, which I did. But I don't know what's going on. Maybe they can answer that, because now the payout is going to be resumed, but the poor people, they've paid their staking on November, and it's the 4th month, and there's nothing that is going on.
Please, can you also send it and just indicate that November? Then we should also see in the staking that it was actually done at that time, so that we can verify and be able to take action in that regard. And then I'll talk to the IT team. They'll be able to assist accordingly.
And I think to add on that, Peter,
yes.
After the meeting last week, we did receive some emails, and we received a lot of them. So we thought that we would have been done working on them, but things are taking longer than expected. But I think it's important for the shareholders to understand that we are working on them, although there are so many requests that came through. So we are still attending each of them, making verifications and confirming everything. So we are still working on them. I think that's the important part, because of the many requests that came in, we could not complete all requests by end of last week. But we are still working tirelessly to make sure that we resolve everything and have everyone with their staking fee reflecting on their dashboards.
Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
Great, thanks for the presentation tonight. My question is on the beta testing.
Yeah.
At first, I don't know if I will be understand, or I understood it well, but the first time it was given to the 100 people who had applied for beta testing.
Yeah.
And then I think it took a couple of weeks. And then you also said that now the beta testing is on the 10-digit numbers.
Yes.
My question is there on to say what are the time frames? What is the difference now that the 10-digit numbers are taking much longer than the other time, and what is the time frame really, and what is still left, or rather, what is the development with regard to the beta testing?
Okay, yeah, no, thank you. That's very important. So the development is currently the 10 digits and 8 digits numbers are functional. And what we wanted is that we got feedback queries from 100 beta testers, and our IT team is currently reviewing the latest release 6 to really make sure that when we give it to the beta testers, we now finalize, because we don't want to keep on and on giving the beta testers to keep on having queries. And now there's both two teams, the team that developed Weownomy Pay and the team that we are working with, they are looking and making sure that all the queries that the IT team comes up and what the beta testers told us is finalized. And that means in the course of this new week, which we are getting started, we should be able to have the final beta testing complete. But the team that developed Weownomy Pay and the team that is developing the Weownomy chart, they're really making sure that any small glitches here and there that really needs to be strengthened is strengthened, and then we can finalize that, and then we are able to go ahead and have everything up on the app stores and play stores so that we can really get started. So what we're really saying is that we will finalize very soon, in very few days, with the beta testers, and we should now have the app to everyone, especially starting with our 240,000 members, including globally, who will have to subscribe with $1 when they're downloading it in one way or another. Oh, you're mute. You are unmuted. Sorry, I thought, but I hope you get the answer.
Good evening, Mr. CEO.
Good evening, Dr. Peter.
Caroline, how are you?
How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you, Caroline?
Fine, thank you, my Moses. No,
I'm happy to hear from you, Caroline. How do you really make it every time you come through?
yeah, because I'm always online. I've got a Wi-Fi, so I'm always online.
Oh, that's great.
I'm just a praying woman. I'm praying for this project. This way.
No, that is great. That is great.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Our CEO, we appreciate everything you're doing for us. I know many questions. You know, when something is dragging so long, people will like the Israelites. Remember, the Israelites were murmuring and complaining 40 days.
They are complaining. But
yeah. 40 years instead of a short time. But this is a different story. I thank you very much. I can see the development. Yeah, I'm just praying that we get started with the payout, which is a green light already. I can see that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's
I'm happy about that. What surprised me this last week when the traders started, our baby we went down. I don't understand because they came in big numbers, but they were trading in big numbers. I don't know what's the cause of that, because we're not understanding.
Don't get scared. Don't get scared. That's what happens. You know, when new people come in, they are testing out. So the way the system is set up, the trading competition, it allows you to also walk out with some profit. So they are testing out. When they are buying, they want to test out if they can cash out.
Oh, it's a strategy.
Yeah, it's a strategy. So so when they test out, when they cash out, they are happy. Then they come back again.
Yes, it's a strategy. Okay, they know we owns now. We owns is known. Well done, CEO.
Yeah, so many people are scared. They think we own this.
What's happening with our we owns going down?
No.
All right. Another thing is that Mr. Abraham. Also, by my name, I'm the only one in my team that my name is not. Was never put a paid on speaking, but I was the first one to pay. But I sent a lot of emails to the office at the
Yes.
Must be paid.
Oh, you're saying you also have been participating in the buy and staking, or?
Yeah, no, GP. I'm also one of the groups that we are waiting for 20,000 that we have.
You're the group of GP paid.
Yes, GP paid. Yeah.
I know you. No worries. You'll be sorted. No worries. I'm aware about that group.
Yeah, I know you are aware. So yeah, I know we are aware. We are just waiting for that. We're also busy on our second round, as you can see. My back office is still showing 0 also. I don't know what happened.
I know everything is going to really come
on the
up.
$10, yeah, the $10, but I did send to our team, to our IT team. I'm not worried too much about it. I know they get it right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, thank you for being positive. You know, you're always very passionate about Weownomy. And, you know, we will see what we can really do. We like people who are very motivated, passionate, you know, pioneers about the program. So I'm following up, you know, we'll see what happens very soon.
Good evening, CEO.
I'm good. How are you, Sylvia?
I'm very good. Hey, thank you very much for the developments. We can see that we are getting somewhere. But as some other people have been saying, I have recruited a lot of people who cannot afford. So they've got these phones where they can't even download the token.
Okay.
So, yeah, so I don't know how to assist them because they have staked, they have done all necessary things, but they've got Weownomy Pay.
Yes.
So I don't know how to assist them with the token. My worry is they are unable to can buy and hold or stake on La token because they don't have.
So are you staking on their behalf or what really is happening here?
No, some of them wish to can stake for themselves because they said they want to learn La token. So So I don't know where come time of payment, how are they going to, their staking is going to be processed and
are you
hold.
Where are you based? Are you based in Lesotho or South Africa?
I'm based in South Africa in the far north of Northwest.
Okay, because in Lesotho we have a team which I could have introduced you. They know how they can train you in that regard. In South Africa, unfortunately, I don't really have a team, but okay, I do know there are very potential people who can help out, and it depends where you are, so they can reach out to you and help you with your team to see how they can assist you strategically to make sure that your people can have their Weon staked and stuff like that. Or we can have the team in Lesotho, which I know that is helping out in different communities, form a group with you, and then they can have can see how they can help you remotely via WhatsApp or something like that, if you would like that.
And also the deputy, I think what we can do is to give them a link to some of the videos we've made on how to register on La Token. And basically,
that is great.
The videos that give them a guide on all La Token related issues and Weownomy. So I've just posted the link on the chat. So I think if they can access the chat, then they can see the video, or they can go to our YouTube channel and they'll find those videos there. If they can go to YouTube and search under our videos, they'll find La Token, Weownomy La Token videos, and then they can watch on how to register and basically do everything that is needed, how to buy and sell your Weons there, and how to basically go around La Token in terms of Weons.
I think that is very important. I think that's great, absolutely.
Good evening, Mr. CEO.
Good evening. How are you, Clifford?
Good, and you, Mr. CEO?
Sure.
Mr. CEO, I've got a few questions here to ask, of which there's things that I didn't understand clearly.
Okay.
That came from your presentation today.
Yeah.
First one is on the payouts that are going to be done in a 50 cent. I heard that you said the payouts are going to be done on a 50 cent, and when the coin reaches $1, we are going to be paid the remaining 50 cents. I wanted to understand how is that going to be done, and how are we going to know on the payout that we are now being paid the remaining 50 cents. That's my first question.
The first 50 cents starts this coming Friday.
Yes.
And so that means even though the coin is 60 rand, 60 cents, 70 cents, or 80 cents, we are starting with 50 cents. And immediately we first finish the first bunch of 28,050 cents, and we get to $1, then we pay you the remaining difference. So that way you don't lose any value of anything that you are supposed to get. So that's how it's going to be. Because sometimes the coin can get $1 and then it comes back to 90 cents or something like that. So we wouldn't want you to lose out. And the reason for that is because quite a lot of people are thinking that we made people vote for $1, so we are manipulating the price, which is not true. We're not manipulating anything. That is the market forces which is in play. But what we're saying, at least if we have an interim plan that allows you to be paid at 50 cents, and then once the coin strengthens at $1 for, let's say, a week, then you also have the remaining balance, which is paid out at another 50 cents. And again, when we go to $2, if it doesn't reach $2 right away, we first pay with $1, and then when it reaches $2, we pay you another balance that can reach that. So that way you benefit either way. When the price is down, you still benefit. And when the price hits the target amount that you bought it, you still also benefit.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. How are you?
Hi, I'm good, thanks. Linda here from Johannesburg. Thank you very much for the beautiful presentation that shows that you listen to the cries of the people. And
thank you for
one mandate that I was given by my downline is not to leave the meeting without asking what happens to, I know, I think it was last week or the week before, you mentioned that you just use the entry level, that for Class B, it will be this amount of we owns, and for Class C, it will be that amount. But it does not, we don't have a table that says those people that are in those classes, but that paid more, how many we owns they will get. So they wanted to prepare. Also, they wanted to find out, is it the same throughout from 1,000 to 9,000? That is for Class C. Is everyone going to stake the same amount and also buy the same amount? Or the more we owns you get, the more you purchase?
Okay, so I'm getting your question. So definitely tomorrow we should produce a table that shows people who paid more than the basic amount, so what is required for Class C and even Class B, because I know there are other people who paid also more for Class B. That one, you're right, we're going to be able to pay, we're going to be able to articulate. You're asking what, the other additional question in addition?
If the number of we owns to be staked, obviously you will be doing that because of the auto staking, right? But now the buying of we owns, because people will be getting different amounts, even though they're in the same class, but because it will be more, do they stake or rather buy more than, for example, the 1,000 rand that needs to buy 100 after getting paid?
Oh yeah, no. For now, we encourage a great deal of people who are buying and staking. I think that's going to be very wonderful. I've seen quite a lot of people who are buying and staking, and they're showing me their amazing results. So I think it's going to be something very important, not only for buying and holding, but we encourage buying and staking.
Hello, CEO.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm blessed. I'm blessed. You are speaking to Isaac Moloto from South Africa.
Yes, happy to hear from you.
Yes, CEO. Actually, I think I have 3 questions, but
Yes.
one of them I think you have already answered, but I didn't get the answer clearly. The one we have recruited members when the company started, whereby we promised, I think it was $2,000 US, if it's 200 or 2,000 US, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
My word is this. I thought that before maybe you started some of the project, or maybe whereby you have rewarded other people for what they did, for the best what they did. I thought maybe you will start with us because we were the first people to be promised something, you know. But I find that the company is just quiet about that, you know. So that was my worry. I don't know when this is going to be clarified.
No, Apostle, absolutely, you're right. I would be very happy if you can write and share with me. You'll definitely be included in the reward. You shouldn't have any problem with that. I'm happy you came through with this, and definitely we should follow up. Are you saying you're part of the? Sorry, you're muted, unfortunately. But you can write to me and let me know if you're part of the people in November, and then definitely you can be included. No worries about that. It's very important. You know, we recognize your efforts.
Good evening, CEO.
Good evening, Sebola. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you this evening?
I'm good. I hope you're
Thank you for the chance of being able to come up with my questions. I saw that on one of the slides, there was 240 people that are original shareholders, and only 56,000 of them have staked. So I just want to know, how are you going to wrap around with paying all of us the Weons? Are they going to be paid also, stake on themselves, or are you going to do auto staking also on them?
You're asking about the remaining 240,000 out of 56,000. Is that the number you're asking about?
Yes, yes. Are they also going to get the wheels, and you are going to do the auto staking for them, or are they going to stake for themselves?
No, for them, I think they're going to use the same route like others. There will be a link that the IT team will provide them so that they can be acknowledged, and then they can participate in the program officially, like the 56,000 members.
Hi, Mr. CEO.
I'm good. How are you, Vanessa?
I'm fine, thank you, Mr. CEO. Firstly, I want to say thank you very much. Beautiful presentation. We all understood it very, very nicely, honestly. And I can see, we can all see now that everything is coming to a point, and we are very, very much appreciative of that. I also want to say that the fact that you're starting with the payments It's a very good thing. And then I think all the naysayers will be quiet then, and everything will run smoothly.
Yes, they're creating a lot of distraction.
Yeah, my first question is, there's a lot of leaders out there who are still waiting for rewards, but as you said, the buy and hold is no longer valid, so it's only going to be buy and staking, and the rewards will only be paid after the staking period has finished, so that is understandable. Then my second question is, but I think you did answer when the other leader was saying previously that they part of the group rewards. We also part of the group rewards, and I did manage to get hold of Yusuf. And then I did submit our details to him and everything. And then he gave me feedback and said that he did send the listing to you. So we are very happy about that.
No, thank you very much. Yes, the list of Yusuf is being attended to urgently, and so no worries. Part of the list will be definitely, get it. Absolutely. No worries about that.
Dade Peter.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. This is Loatla, all the way from Lesotho.
Oh, glad to hear from you.
Okay. Have you realized that on the second payment will be done through our Weownomy Pay? For my kids, I haven't opened La Token accounts for them. Will it be possible that the auto staking for them can it be done as 100%? Because I don't know how will I rebuy for them using our Weownomy Pay now that I haven't changed the address to the La Token since I haven't registered them on La Token. I don't know if my issue is clear.
You can use your address on their behalf, and you can even stake. We can use your address for the auto staking on your behalf for the kids if you want. How many do you have?
I have 3 kids, and then 1 brother, of which my brother, I didn't even tell him about the account. I'm just doing everything for him. Just like my kids, yes.
Okay. No, you can actually do the auto staking for all of the, your family members that you have. It's not a problem. Using your La Token address, and if you want us to do the auto staking on that behalf, we can also do that. Yeah, and then you can distribute accordingly to their Weon's address if you wish.
Okay, so you mean I can paste my address onto their to their back offices?
Absolutely. If you have access, you have access to that.
Hello, Mr. CEO.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. It's Marcos from Lesotho, Maseru.
Happy to hear from you.
Thank you, sir. I just want clarification on the staking, like the ones we are paying on Coinbase. We paid, some people paid the money, but it wasn't actually $10. Then we paid again. But on the dashboard, it only shows 1 payment. And we were told that there was something like a ledger that is written, all the people who paid the amount that wasn't full. Do we have to worry that the money is not shown on the dashboard, or?
The Daily Polo is here. He can clarify. And the Daily Polo, can you maybe clarify on the question here if you're around?
Okay, that. I think what is important is once you have made your payment, you made a top up for the payment that you made that was not enough. So and if you have sent your information, then your account will be updated once we have finished processing all the list of people who have made the staking. So if you have not sent the information, please do send the information via email But if you have sent it already, then the information will be processed, so you don't have to worry.
Okay, Ndati, thank you.
Hello, Mr. CEO.
I'm good. How are you?
Yes, I'm good, sir. Yes, hello to you too, Ndati Polo. May I ask you to allow me to ask just 3 questions to CEO here? Yes, the first question is relating to DigiBank. Since now the DigiBank is coming up, do you foresee our remittance program coming there in the near future?
Yes, absolutely. You're right. That is actually the purpose of the new bank, to actually house not only the the remittance, but the annual subscription and any other major bulk arrangements or payouts that will be involved globally. But initially, since it's assigned to operate in the United States, okay, it is going to really help out the US market first, but we have a team that is also going to help us partner and help, network it globally. So you can have your digital card, which is as a virtual card, or the physical debit card or credit card that you want, and it can actually help us. So the really importance is, in addition to your important question of the remittance, is to make sure that the people who are making the $1 subscription, they can be well served with their, either virtual card or the physical card. So that way it's very much more easier.
Hello, CEO.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you, CEO?
I'm great. Hope you're well and great.
Thank you for a wonderful presentation.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. My question is, my CEO, is there a way that you can help us with a table that shows that for this amount and for this number of days, this is what you are going to get? Because it causes some confusion as we are trying to get together in a group with a common understanding. And people want to know how much are we going to get, and we are trying to explain accordingly to how each and every one of us understands what has been said in the meetings. So can you make it easier for us just to have that table so that it will be displayed in the groups for people to understand?
Yes, absolutely. So you're saying sorry, I do understand that what you're trying to say. We'll definitely do that and post it in the groups.
Okay, thank you, CEO. Another question is that, is it possible for the IT team to at least before the airdrops are given, to at least deactivate the code, the button that demands us to verify? I'm saying this because most of my downliners, they are not able to access their dashboards so that they can place the Latvian address. Maybe they have done certain things and they don't remember their emails, or there are certain errors that are done actually. So this makes it very difficult for us to help them. At least if we can access the dashboard so that we can place the Latvian addresses, that would make it easier for us. And then after that, then the process can go on as usual.
So just to get your clarity, what do you really want?
Okay, I want to access the back office of the downliners. They are unable to do so.
Okay. I know Daniel Polo could maybe give a little bit more understanding on this.
Okay.
Daniel Polo, maybe can you assist with this question?
Yes, ma'am. Can you repeat your question again?
I'm saying most of the downliners, they are unable to access their back offices or in Weownomy because the verification code, it's not reflected in their emails, and they are not able to access their back office. So it's impossible for them to paste the token address. So what I was saying, we have written to the IT team, but we haven't got any answer. So is it possible to deactivate the two-factor code just before the airdrops so that they can reactivate it on their own if they feel so?
Okay. I think if they're having a problem with the two-factor, then we can deactivate it, and then should they need to have the two-factor, then they can activate it on their own. We can do that so that we are sure that everyone can access that dashboard.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think that's all. Thank you.
Okay. I think we have covered the important information for today. I think I'll give the deputy a chance to maybe put his final words before we close the meeting today. But before I do that, I would like to point out a few important issues. Dear shareholders, it is very important to understand that as much as you have your upliners or your downliners, what is important is everyone should be able to know what is happening in Weownomy. Most people have left their accounts on the hands of their upliners. They don't know what is happening. They don't know anything. The surprising thing is that we still get issues of people who have been in Weownomy since April last year, but those people have not ever accessed their dashboards. It's only now that they come and say, I'm having problems to access my account. When you look into their account, they've not accessed it. They don't know what they even expect to see when they look into their accounts, and it becomes a problem. So it's very important to understand that your Weownomy dashboard is as important as your internet banking account. It's your responsibility to know what is happening there. Your upliner can help you, but the responsibility is still yours as the account holder to make sure that your information is updated, to make sure that your account, your dashboard shows proper figures. It's your responsibility as a shareholder to know what is happening there. What is also important is this. Many people have registered with email addresses that do not exist. And that is a problem that I would like to address today, that please make it your responsibility to fix that. Because when we introduce a lot of services in the future, for example, this two-factor feature that we've introduced, most people, the feature doesn't work for them because they have not registered with proper email addresses. So I think it is important to make sure that if you have registered with an email address that does not exist, make sure you update that, make sure you take responsibility of your account, know what is happening, and stay updated with Weownomy information. With this, I would like to hand over to the deputy to put his final words before we close our meeting for today.
No, thank you. Thank you so much, Naleli Polo. I think we have really answered everything. And my final word is just to say that by Friday, our team will be in position starting on Monday to Thursday to prepare the list of the people who will be distributed the weons, and so that on Friday we can have quite a number of people who get started, and that will be historic on our side. And that's the main point, because most of the people have come along with our, our Weownomy. And so we want to just let them know that we've been serious. Our goal is not only to help 240,000 people, but as many people as possible as we build the whole project outside. So you guys have been patient. Most of you have been restless, but this is a project that is going to deliver. We have our new currency out there, and everything has been done strategically to really make sure that we benefit you, because you are the center of everything that we do. We want to make sure that you really become successful. And so across the whole of this week, we have dropouts, airdrops. The trading competition continues until 17 days until in March. And we have a great deal. And so we're excited for what you guys are going through and going to become. And we're very happy to see you guys successful starting from Friday. So from Friday, what is going to happen is officially the people that are getting their weons can now officially take them to the market. And I think you need to provide the token addresses. I did get an understanding that maybe if you provide your emails, I don't know if that really is the appropriate way. You may not get a lot of charges. So we want to make sure that you can get your provide your email addresses to the token address, and then our team can drive the weons to you. Then that becomes an easier way for you to participate in the market, do the buy process, and very important, that helps us. So we're going to want to do 28,000 people who are going to participate in this program. And immediately we finish the 28,000 people, we go and make sure that the other 28,000 participate. So once we finish the 56,000 people, we still have 240,000. Please get to participate and get your staking fee in order so that you can be part of history. So that is very important. And during this process, during this week, I'll produce a small letter that should, be included to everyone who has been chosen for the exercise that will start on Friday. What you need to do, and do it properly so that you're successful as we build this big network that is going to be successful with the ecosystem. So take your time to watch our Zoom meeting of today so that you can get to know everything. So it's very important that you get through and understand what we talk about. The ecosystem is very important. So the payouts are very important because that's what all the members are crying in the group. Every time I post something, someone says, no, he's not talking about our payouts. Now we are talking about the payouts, and we're talking about the strategic payouts that are starting on Friday. And that is something that you guys have been waiting for a long time. But again, just remember, as we already have the currency. If we have the currency, it means the payouts are definitely going to happen. So there shouldn't be any problem. Trading competition is going on. Airdrops are starting on Monday. The airdrops are linked to the people, by the way, who are doing the trades currently. So if you want to participate with the airdrops, go and participate in the trading competition. You will automatically qualify for the trade. If you don't qualify, you're fine. You still be able to qualify for the payouts that are starting on Friday. And that's 28,000. And if you get the notification on your dashboard, then you're going to be successful. Thank you very much. Let's have a good night and let's call it a day, because most of you guys are also working elsewhere. So no problem with that. Very soon, you're going to be independent and you're going to be successful. Thank you very much. Thank you, Nadeli Polo, for being part of us, taking us through this and, taking some of the question, filling some of the question. And I think we have the best that is really happening. And let's see what is coming this year is absolutely powerful. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Daddy.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye for now, everyone. We are leaving.